Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place to be for tips and tools to help you do business better and to help you build a profitable business that's fun to run. And one more thing is to help you take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Tuesday, which means we have Terry Johnson from Terry Johnson Online, Attention Necessary, and Web Girl TJ all over the web, helping us with our social media strategies today. So, Terry, what do you have for us?
Well, hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day today. And we also want to make sure that you say hello to us in the comments so we know that you are, you can see us and you can hear us. So when you do that, just put hey or whatever you want to put in the comments and let us know that you can hear us, because we had a little trouble last week. So I want to make sure that everybody can hear us. And while you're doing that, I'm going to say, what do I want to say? Oh, just
hello to the East Coast and to the West Coast.
I'm so excited because the weather is great. And I don't know what to do. Like, the weather's great. So thank you for the live viewers, everyone that's here in the conversation with us now. We're glad you're here. You could be anywhere else, but we're glad you're here, partaking of the knowledge and the discussion and the things that we're going to talk about and learn today for your business, social media, and social media strategy, digital marketing, all those things that you need to know to help you create a business that's fun to run. So that's what we do here on Tuesdays and every day at this time, which is 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So you can find us right here on Facebook every weekday, Monday through Friday. Okay. And the replay viewers, we're not forgetting about you. Glad you're here. Watch the show, put your comments in, your questions, your thoughts, what you want to participate in. We will discuss it even after the show. Once the live broadcast ends, it's still going. This discussion is still going. So we're happy you're here. And please share this out to your feed, your friends, anyone you want to tag people and let them know, hey, we're over here having this discussion about today's topic. Mm-hmm. And I titled it, Set It and Forget It. And I know I've said that phrase before in context with, the discussion that we have about marketing for your business. I've said that before, that set it and forget it. But we've had a little, I don't know if it's not, I want to say problem, but it's not a problem. It's an opinion from a business owner, not in America. This is a UK corporation. But I found out about this story from Mark Schaefer from his website, businessesgrow.com. And we talked about Mark Schaefer here a lot because he is a marketing strategist. He's very knowledgeable. He's written several great books. He's a professor. I forgot what college, but he has a marketing and business course that he teaches along with other knowledgeable people. So he's one of those, his blog is one of those blogs that I'm subscribed to. And when his posts come in my email, I go straight to reading it. But today I read one of his posts, his latest post on Facebook. So he does post the exact same thing on Facebook. But it's just, depending on where you are. If you're on his newsletter, you might read your email, or you might see him on Facebook, because I have him set as one of my preferred people. So I see his post first, along with some other people. But his post, and it's not this week's post. He has a great one. And it comes out on Tuesdays, I believe. But he has a good one this week. But this one's a few weeks back. And the title is called, Should Your Company Stop Using Social Media? That's the title of it. And I'm going to put the link in the chat so you guys can have it too. And let me go just a few seconds. I thought I was there.
And while you're doing that, we got Fred Barrett.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Fred.
In the chat right there.
Okay, there we go. Now I got it. Now you should be able to see it.
Yep, I see the link.
Okay, I'm going to pin that So that is the topic of discussion. So that was the title of his, it's not an article, it's his blog where he talks about business strategy, marketing strategy, and things. It's a very good blog, very good website and blog. He has tons of information. So he's talking about a company in the UK called JD Wetherspoon. So it's a pub company in the UK and Ireland. They were founded in 1979. The company owns about 1,000 outlets, which is pubs, bars, and hotels. And in Mark's post, he was asked to comment on it because, you know, this is his foray. This is what he talks about with social media and business and marketing. And he has several levels of experience and years of experience. And he's worked with big companies like IBM and Dell. And you'll see that when you go to his website. So he's pretty much someone you'll say, well, I want to hear his opinion. You know, that old commercial when E.F. Hutton talks and everybody stops. So he's kind of like that. So when like I said, he's one of the few people that when he posts something, I go straight to reading it right when it comes out. So he was asked to comment, I guess, by people on Facebook and Twitter and wherever that follow him. And why was he asked to do that? So let's talk about what JD Wetherspoon, which is the corporation, what did they do? So they closed all their social media accounts, like I said. And their response, their reasoning was that because of misuse of personal data, you know, the Cambridge Analytica thing and Facebook privacy and all that. And then they're saying because of having to deal with people online, like complaints and what they call trolls. They're calling the people trolls. So they had 44,000 followers on Twitter. So they tweeted on Twitter that they would shut all their Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook accounts down for its individual pubs and head office with immediate effect. So that means that the only presence they have is the website. And we're going to get to that in a little bit. Now, there's been some discussion about his statements and why he did this. So he pretty much put a statement that he said, we are going against conventional wisdom that these platforms are of a vital component of a successful business. I don't believe that closing these accounts will affect our business whatsoever. And this is the overwhelming view of the pub managers. He's saying that the managers of each location is in agreement. I think the percentage was like 90%. He also goes on to say it's becoming increasingly obvious that people spend too much time on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook and struggle to control the compulsion. We will still be as vocal as ever through our Wetherspoon News magazine, as well as keeping the press updated between their website. So he goes on to say, basically where to find them.
Okay, wait. So he's going to go back to old school and do press release.
So they made it. This is the chairman. He's the owner of all of the chairman run the company that owns the pub. So they're saying they didn't see. He really said social media was a waste of time. It was a waste of time. There's no benefit to it. So we're shutting down all our accounts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And all the people. So wait. So all of the people who were loyal following them, they're just like, you really don't matter, is what I get from that. We don't care that you follow us.
Right. And also the chairman, very important, his attitude is that social media is an evil thing, is making people crazy, is making people addictive. He doesn't see the need for it. And he said that his pub managers said that social media was not helping the business. And he based that on the complaints they were getting. Because I did a little bit more digging, and because all of their stuff is gone. But there have been some of the newspapers in the UK have written about it. And one person site had a screen caption of one of the Facebook pages. So I found it. So what they were doing was they were getting reviews online on Facebook and Twitter, complaints from customers. That's the issue.
but the people who buy your product are telling you something.
You're in the hospitality and food service business. People are going to complain, and you have to. I mean, that's a part of being online. So their response is to take everything down. Now, here's one of the reviews I found from April 13th. It said, order 2 large breakfasts and some toast for our daughter. First breakfast arrived cold. They were returned after waiting 30 minutes for a replacement breakfast. These arrived cold. We returned these and asked for a refund, but the duty manager argued the toss. This is UK talk, saying there's no way they could be cold again. Little did he know he saw our food sitting under the hot lamps for 10 minutes before they finally decided to bring it to us. When we informed him we saw the food sitting there, he shut up and gave us a refund in cash. Extremely poor customer service. The place wants some fresh management and a good clean. There are much better places to eat than here. So that's one of many. So they on this one of the pubs Facebook pages that wasn't taken down. I don't know why this one stood around and the rest are gone. But there was 2,278 reviews. They got a 3.7 star rating. Now when I go to their Facebook page as a customer, that's the first thing I see is this 1 star from April. And talking about the breakfast was cold and the manager was not helpful and the customer service was horrible. And if I keep looking, all of them are 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. They're not, the reviews aren't that great. And this is one of the establishments in say, I think it's over 900 they have. So my thing that the chairman has a problem with the customers reviewing and putting their complaints, rightly so. They should be able to do that because this is where we are now with social media. You can no longer go back to the days where you had a restaurant and your wait staff was rude or your food wasn't great, and it didn't really get past the local scene. But see now, because of social media, people have phones and everybody's on it. I can put my review on Facebook, Yelp, Twitter, Instagram, and it instantly goes out. There's no taking that back.
Oh, and so here's the thing that I don't think they realize. By you pulling off of social media does not stop people from still talking about you.
Exactly.
They're still going to do it. They're still going to, if they didn't like the food, they're going to talk about it on Yelp. Okay, good luck getting it off Yelp. Then the second thing is, what about the good parts? Because I went to Facebook and there's one Sugarloaf Market, Harborough, which is a JD Witherspoon's, and they're talking about they're still up. By the way, I'm on their Facebook page.
Okay,
and
that's what I'm saying. They said they were going to take them down.
Yeah, but maybe these people decided no. Not when you got 3.7 stars. See, they might be the brand where the particular company, one of the stores that are doing well because they have good customer service. You understand what I mean? So, okay, so people are going to talk about you wherever you are, but that's the experience that the customer has is what's going to be talked about. So if you don't like the negative comments, then perhaps you do something about your processes.
Yes, that's exactly right. You don't, it's like you get mad you're using a toy and it breaks and you get mad. No, you have to fix the issue with your business as far as, like I said, they're in the industry of dealing with customers. So customer service, food quality, these are things easy to fix if a business is willing to do it. And a lot of businesses are not willing to do it. And like I said, they're doing the set it and forget it because they think with social media, I could just post anything. I call it zombie posting. They post what everybody else posts. And they get mad because it doesn't work. Well, you can't do that. When we talked about this a lot, you have to know your customers. You have to know what industry you're in. You have to know your target audience. You have to know what they like, where they hang out, what do they want to see, hear, and talk about, not what you want them to talk about. the ball is in the customer's hands now, and it was never like that before social media. It was before now. It was marketing was in the hands of advertising agencies. They controlled the message, the brand, the commercial, where things were shown. Those things are done. That's over because now people are, like I said, this sharing their experiences, and that's what Facebook was saying, right? They want people to share their experiences.
Yeah, and because I'm reading this article by somebody here in a vague tweet to its 444,000 followers. So you're just going to discount 44,000 people who followed you.
Yep.
Not 4,000, not 400. 44,000 people, just like, we don't care. So just because you got a few bad apples in the bunch that didn't say something nice, you're kicking everybody else to the curb.
Yeah, they're getting mad. Said, well, we're rolling up we're taking our part. We're mad, so we're gonna take our toys and leave the party. So I'm looking at this going, this, but you can't have bad service, bad quality food, surly, rude wait staff, and then get mad and blame social media and trolls. Trolls are not your problem. So you're calling people that sat in your restaurant, ordered food, and got bad service, bad food. Those are trolls because they're complaining? No.
Yeah. Okay. Now, 1979, this dude started this, so I'm assuming he's kind of older.
Yes. Okay. So that's a part of the issue of he hates social media. So he's, like I said, he's folding up his toys, and he's this is bad for society. It's bad for people. People are and for his statement to be people are addicted to social media and this and that, and that's why I'm taking social media accounts from my company and getting rid of them.
That is not okay. You can do what you want because it's your stuff, but you can't speak for everybody.
Right.
Okay. And a lot of the comments were nothing to do with trollish behavior. It is customer complaints.
It's crazy. So I put up Fred's comment, and thank you, Fred, for commenting. He said, so their definition of trolling is someone who has a complaint, and he has the emoji that goes, Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, are you serious?
And so Grandpa don't get it.
No, and he doesn't want to get it.
No, and it's unfortunate that he's not forward thinking enough. Now you built a brand, and you have all of these people following you, 44,000 followers, and you are not going to celebrate any of those. You're just going, and then the person said it was a vague tweet telling them, okay, we're not doing this anymore.
Right. So he was asked, someone asked him a question, and he asked him whether this move could start a business trend. Like I said, this is the trend that businesses are going to close their social media accounts and completely get off social media. So his response was, currently we have a massive commercial advantage because everyone else is wasting hours of their time. So this is his mindset, that social media, like Fran said, the old man, get off my lawn. Social media is a fad and a trend, and it's going away. And so we got the advantage because everybody else is wasting their time.
But we're not going to know about you.
No, exactly. I'm not, because you're forcing people to go to your website. Okay, I mean, yes, you want people to go to your website, but you don't want to remove everything else and say, this is the only place you can find me. Well, I don't want to go to your website, okay, so I'm not going.
But here's the funny thing is, where are you going to say that to tell us to go to your website?
I guess they're going to have
a press release that we're not going to watch.
Or they're going to tell their servers, hey, if you like the restaurant, go to www. No.
That is way old school. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
No.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So a part of this article that Mark wrote, and he wrote all this information, and he put one of his heading was, did they make a mistake? Yes, they did. Yes, they made a mistake. This is a mistake. Because instead of fixing the problem of you have bad customer service, you have a problem with your kitchen, cold food. But I go to a restaurant, I don't want cold. I want my food to come on time, and I want it to be hot.
Well, and so he's got 900 locations, and it's not all of the 900 locations that are having a problem. It is, if we delved deeper into this, it's probably going to be the same location as having the same issue. You understand, there's going to be a handful of locations where you didn't quite get somebody that was going to look after the company like you would.
Exactly. So and we talk about this, and I feel like we repeat it over and over, but maybe it needs to be repeated over and over. That social media works, but you have to know you have to know your people, you have to know what you're doing, and you have to post the right thing and have the right strategy. This is a good example of that. So he feels like having all of these pages on Facebook and everything on Instagram is a waste of the manager's time. Well, they shouldn't be doing that. You should have a social media team. If you got 1,000 locations, you definitely need a social media team. Not one person, a team, which they did not have. They do not have.
Well, but how could you say it's a waste of time when these people clearly came to you because it wasn't because of your website, because there's no way they're going to find you unless you run TV ads. Oh, wait, we don't watch TV anymore, so that doesn't work. And oh, wait, you're going to do a press release to the newspaper, the local newspaper. Nope, we don't do that either.
And see, a part of this, he's saying that it's a waste of the manager's time because they have to respond to the customer complaints. Well, they shouldn't be. You should have a social media team that takes care of the complaints. But that's showing you that you have a problem, because those are things you need to fix.
So, but what they are not going to. So wait, they would not respond to those complaints if there wasn't for social media. You would just like.
But he's saying that social media is a waste of time because they have to take time to respond to customers' complaints. Okay, and I'm saying you don't have to do that. You have a social media team that responds to the complaints, but also you have someone who's a strategist that goes, wait a minute, your issue is not wasting the manager's time or whoever by responding to each customer that came in complaints. You need to fix what's wrong in all of these situations.
Why are they?
That's a restaurant management issue.
Yeah. Why are they complaining is the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Why is the food cold? Why is the manager being rude to them? That's training. That's wait staff. That's the chain of command. That's the kitchen being orderly as far as getting the orders in and getting the orders out, so you don't have cold food. The person said they saw their food sitting there under a hot lamp for 10 minutes.
And so I don't think every one of their 900 locations does that. I'm thinking that, so you're going to throw baby bath water, everything out.
Right. So you're going to throw the baby out with the bath water because, and then I'm thinking this is an untruth. I'm going to say an untruth. I'm not going to say a lie. An untruth. He says that 90 to 95% of his pub managers felt social media was not helping the business. Of course it's not helping the business because you guys are focusing on responding and being rude and nasty to your customers instead of hiring a social media team and letting them deal with reputation management. And then you hire somebody to go into places where there are complaints and say, let's fix the problem so there aren't any complaints. See, that's how it works. So you don't blame social media and pull all of we're going to pull all our pages down. We're going to pull all our accounts because social media is evil and and people are addicted to it. Those two don't have anything to do with your issue of cold food, bad service, rude management. Those are two separate issues. So that's what I say about set it and forget. Social media doesn't fix those kind of problems, it enhances it, because you have Yelp. Also with Yelp, you'll see there's been lots of stories with Yelp where restaurant owners and managers have been rude to people that left, reviews that were honest reviews. There was a story last week where the manager went to a woman's house at 10:30 at night, banged on her door because she left a bad review, but it was an honest one.
Okay, so now you got issues. You coming up, deal with the fact that we don't like your food and don't come into my house.
So she's living in DC, and I think she said the power went out or something, and she was hungry. So she ordered some food, and when she ordered like a burger and fries and Zeppelis. This part is important. The Zeppelis are little fried dough balls with powdered sugar that you get in Italian restaurants and festivals. But she ordered all of that, and so when the guy brought it, he said, "Oh, by the way, would you leave us a review on Yelp?" She's like, "Sure, okay." So she said she got the burger. It had no lettuce, no tomato. It was one of those frozen patties that it was just sad looking burger. She said the Zeppelis were cold and soggy and grease stained in the bag, because Zeppelis are best hot when they're first fried and you put the powdered sugar on them. That's when you eat them. If they are allowed to sit around and get cold, it's a soggy mess of bread that's greasy. So that's something that you don't want to deliver. You really don't want to deliver. So she put all of that, and then she said at the end, maybe next time I'll try a pizza, because it was an Italian restaurant. So she said 2 hours later, she's getting ready for bed. She hears a knock on the door. Well, not a knock. She said somebody is banging on her door. Someone's calling her phone, leaving the manager left message. "I'm standing outside your door. I want you to come outside and talk to me about this review you left on Yelp." So she called the police.
I'd have called the cops too.
She called the police and was like, "There's a crazy man outside my door. I ordered food 2 hours ago. He's mad because I left a review on Yelp." Now, what kind of craziness is that? Instead of getting mad at the customer, you need to look at, well, maybe we shouldn't deliver Zeppelis. Maybe we should check the burgers and do fresh. But you see how it's a restaurant management.
Okay, so this is what I see, TJ. We talked about the 4 agreements previously on the show, and I keep going back to that. So the second one is don't take things personal. In both of these cases, they're taking it personal. You're going to screw up your business because you're taking something personal. Okay, they did not like your food. Fix the food.
Yes. Fix your food. Fix the problem.
It's okay. We're not trying to say that we won't ever eat there again. But if we don't tell you that there's a problem, then it's going to keep continuing, right?
And the lady that placed the order, she said on her review, maybe next time I'll try the pizza.
And she was going to go back.
Yeah, she was going to give you guys a second chance. Not anymore, because now come to find out that how I knew about it, that this is one of the editors of theroot.com, which is one of those big news sites. And she wrote about it on her website, which means a whole bunch of people now know about this one little restaurant in Washington, D.C., where the owner got mad because she described her burger and went and knocked on the door and was mad, like, "Come on out. I want to talk to you about." No, I'm not coming out. I'm calling the police. I'm not coming out. You're a madman.
And what was he thinking? He must have been a grandpa too. I'm not saying grandpas are bad people. I'm just saying, come on. Really?
They're not bad people.
Who does that? Who gets mad?
So I put Fred. Fred got really good comments. Fred said, "Many older business owners want a utopian view of their business. Social media doesn't supply that." Exactly. We're in a different world now. This is where, like I said before, the customer has the ball is in their court. They control everything, and a lot of businesses don't like social media because of that, because they can't control what the customer thinks or feels. But you shouldn't want to do that. That's not what being in business is about, is controlling your customer and making them buy your product or making them leave a positive. You don't make them. You give them service that is so spectacular. You give them a product that is out of this world, that they are raving about it. All you have to do is sit back and go and just smile.
Okay, because they're going to rave about it in the good or the bad. And Fred asked the question, would you do business with someone you do not like, or a business that doesn't provide good customer service? Customer service is a personal relationship with that business. Fred, you are absolutely right. I would not do business with somebody who was not going to, you would not go. Why would you subject yourself to being mistreated by anybody?
Not when I'm paying. I'm paying.
Now there's a thought. I'm putting money up and you're acting crazy.
It's my money. But I've always had that mindset of and I've told other people when they've told me, oh, I went somewhere and I was treated whatever. I said, you're spending your money. So you demand the service that you require because you're spending the money. If not, say, listen, I need to speak to the manager. This is why I'm leaving, because your worker or the person that I dealt with did X, Y, Z. I'm telling you because this is a problem. You need to fix it. And I'm sorry, but I'm not coming back in this store again. A manager who's worth their salt and knows their stuff is going to be like, wait a minute, let me fix this. Please don't leave. Let me try to make it right, because the customer is spending their money. They don't have to spend it with you. They can go somewhere else down the street or down the block or online.
And there are some people who are not going to tell you they're not coming back. They just made up in their mind. And I'm probably one of them. Okay, I will not be back here again. And I would never tell you that. I'm just not coming back.
Exactly. And some people will. Some people will go, okay, maybe this is an establishment that I like. I've been going for a while and something has changed, or the chef is sick, or the regular person is sick, or something is off. So in that case, I would want to listen. Can I speak to the manager or the owner or whatever and say, well, I've had pretty good service up till now. I'd like to know what's going on, because I'd like to continue doing business with you. Yep. That's how you do it. And you do this online also. It works online. And when you speak to people online, especially customer service reps, some of them don't have the authority to do anything. So that's when you ask for a supervisor. Especially if they're reading from a script or whatever, you just say, listen, let me speak to this. Because the supervisor is the person that can either do something about it or escalate it to where you get satisfactory service, because you're spending your money.
Okay. So looking at how Starbucks handled the complaint, because that was crazy, and versus how these people are handling a complaint. Seriously, you're just going to pull all of it off. And I wonder, what will we even know about them in a few months from now? Because they're taking themselves out of the public view pretty much.
Yes, because this company, this chairman, and they're, like Fred said, there are other owners, older people that think about this. Social media is this evil thing that's turning people into addicted people, and I hate social media, and I wish. Well, I'm sorry, social media is here to stay. It's here because it's the next level of the internet. It's the level of the internet, and we've seen all of these changes from when they first started, when things started.
So let me tell you. Social media is not anything but more than good etiquette and good, it's social etiquette. It's you talking to people and they talking back to you. The only difference is that we're doing it on a mobile device or we're doing it on a website. That is the only difference. You are talking to people. So pretty much you just told 44,000 people, you gave them the middle finger and said, I'm out.
We don't care about you. Mm-hmm. We don't care that it's convenient for people because they have their phones in their hand. And then the next alliteration of the internet, whatever it is, it's going to be device-less. So you're you're not even a thought. Like Fran said, you're not even a thought anymore because we have devices. You have the Amazon devices, the Google devices. And a matter of fact, Google has their I/O conference right now going on where they're talking about AI. So all of these things are going to be where it's just going to flow into people talking into the air about what they feel about your business while they're in your business.
And what's going to happen is we're going to walk by that business and there'll be boards on the window like, oh, wonder what that used to be.
You're getting left behind of something that the internet, I've heard the internet was a fad. Internet is not a fad. Social media, it's not a fad. It's the layer of the internet that, like Fran was saying about people, you're communicating with customers with. And there's going to be another level, and it's going to get even more technical. It's going to get more seamless, where it's going to be, like I said, you're going to speak whatever you want in the air, because we're there now, where you just start doing things in the air. Because I'm like that. I've got the voice devices, and now I figured out, oh, well, when I want to do this or that, I just say, when I had to physically pick up a device and punch in some numbers and I don't have to do that anymore. I just give it a voice command, and I'm walking through the house and I'm saying whatever. So that kind of freedom, people are going to get used to that because it's seamless, it's frictionless, it's easy. People love it. So we're not going back. We're not going back to horse and buggy.
Nope, that's over. The buggy whips are sold out. We don't get to use them anymore. You can find them in the museum.
We're going to Uber. Uber's doing flying cars. They have
a taxi. They're starting the flying taxis. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, so we're not going back.
And it's like when I walk through the mall, if I'm anywhere near the Apple store, it pops up and talks to me and says, hey, have you noticed da 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 da? And I was like, it made me think about Apple because I'm walking by the store in the mall, and the little AI or the bot or whatever sent a little notification that Apple was there and they had something I might want to see. Right. Now, he won't be able to take part in that type of technology because he shut it all down.
Because he feels like it's an evil thing for society. It's bad and this, that, and the other. Listen, social media is a tool. It's a tool that reflects the user. So if society is bad and social media is using it, it's bad. But if you have a good component of society and they're using it, they're doing good things with it. Things that can help people, make their lives easier, there's all kind of things, but it's the way that you look at it. So if you look at it as something bad, well, okay, yeah, it's bad for you, but you're going to get left behind. A dinosaur. This guy's a dinosaur.
Okay, use the powers for good or use them for evil, but use the powers. You know what I mean? Because they're not going away.
And Fred says, you have to look at how the owners see social media. The owners do not hate social media. They hate the people who use it. I don't care about these people, but I care about those who don't care for social media. You're right, Fred. They don't hate. They hate because they see the behavior of
the few people.
And I saw a story today where I think one of the people, I forgot what it was, but he was talking about his kids and using social media, and he doesn't let them. And the reporter said, well, aren't your kids going to be left behind because every other kid is using it and that's their reality and it's only going to grow up from there. And she has a point because, you have, this is what their Generation Z is doing. They're on the phone, but you also have to be the parent and say, listen, sometimes you got to take a break. I tell my daughter, listen, sometimes you got to take a break right now. And I make her take a break, read a book, do this, whatever. And then she can go back to it. But I'm not going to say, well, you don't get to use it at all because that's kind of crazy. Like, because 99.9% of her school is on the phone.
And what's going to happen is she's going to go to school and like, okay, well, Tildy has 2 phones and she'll let me use one.
They're going to use it. They're going to use it. And think about when you were a kid and you were a teen. The thing that your parent, you can't wear the short skirt. Well, what did you do? Go up and change. You put the pants on, but you put the skirt in your bag. Mm-hmm. Then you went to school and put it on in the back.
They're going to do what they want to do. So you really, you might as well teach them how to use the tool right.
Right.
Teach them the correct way of using the tool. And I guess the main thing that we're saying here is that don't get all bent out of shape when somebody complains about your services.
Yes.
Or
because it's an opportunity to fix something that's broken. It's a mirror. These Yelp and these reviews, when someone reviews your business, the first instinct is to get angry, like Fran was saying, that they may take it personal. But you're in business. You're going to have to get a Teflon skin. You're going to have to get alligator skin, a thick skin, whatever. And because you're dealing with people.
Okay, so here's the thing. That's one of the things. Remember, you were talking about the smallest viable audience. When you go big and you want to go big and you want to do all of this stuff, and I want to have 1 million followers, well, you're going to get some people that may not like what you have to say. Can you handle all of that? Can you handle the negative as well as the positive? And if you're a people pleaser, that's going to be difficult for you.
It is. So you have to think about, I want to be bigger, or I want to have 1 million followers, or whatever the thing is. You also have negative is going to come with it. So how are you going to handle it as a business owner? How are you going to handle it? Like I said, this person who got mad with the lady who left the Yelp review, he decided to go to this. You can't do that. You can't go to this woman's property and bam on her door. Can't do that. You have to figure out, listen, what he should have done. Because she said maybe next time I order pizza, he should have immediately reached out to her and sent her the pizza.
Yep.
The next day or whatever.
So maybe that is a class that somebody needs to have. You know what this is, Terry? This is basically basic home training that people need to have. If somebody says something you don't like, you find out why they didn't like whatever it was. Something they didn't, like, okay, they didn't like the food. Find out why they didn't like the food. And then teach, and we're talking business owners, but teaching people the correct way to respond to negative feedback.
I mean, because you're dealing with customers. Someone is going to have a bad day, and you're going to interact with them with your business. So how are you going to deal with it? You're going to take it personal, or that person, or you go, okay, maybe you're having a bad day. You smile through it and say, I'm here to help. I'm here to help.
And and take the help. When somebody tells you that your slip is hanging or you got something in your nose, don't get mad at them. Just fix it. It's like, oh, you're going to feel a little embarrassed, but okay. But at least they told you, and you're still not walking down the street for 5 blocks before somebody said something to you.
Exactly. You don't get mad and get mad and take your toys and leave the party. You figure out what's wrong. Don't go, well, they're calling, well, the managers are spending all their time dealing with trolls on the web, on Facebook and everything. No, those aren't trolls. Those are people that have complaints, legitimate complaints, and you have to respond to all of them. So if you have, the managers have to run the location, they don't have time to respond to online complaints. That's where you have a social media team, or you hire someone to deal with that.
But the manager is supposed to handle that complaint, because if it was
in the location, yes.
Because if it were not online and somebody came in and said, "Hey, my food is cold," and the manager would still need to handle that complaint.
Yes, right then and there. And if the customer is telling you right there in your face, we've ordered 30 minutes ago. Where's our food? Or it's cold, and they sent it back, and they see the other food sitting under a heat lamp, and then you are mean and rude to them. That's not how you run a service-based establishment. No, because that person is going to be upset, rightly so, and go out and tell everybody they know, don't go to that pub on whatever, and they're going to tell why. You don't want that. You don't want that. So think about you have a restaurant management problem, not a social media problem. So you turn off social media, but you still got the problem. You still have the rude wait staff and management staff. You still have the cold food. You still have the food that's delayed 30, 40 minutes. People aren't going to put up with those things.
Not now. Now I have a thought or a question. Now, if he goes back, what was his numbers like before social media? Because that's going to tell the tale. We didn't know about you. And the only reason why we know about you now is because of social media. That you get the irony in all of this. We are talking about your company because of social media.
Yes. It's the layer of the internet that everybody's using because they have the device and the apps that allow them to interact with their friends and family. And you are interjecting yourself because you're a business. And if you're doing it the right way, you can seamlessly get in between those friends and family posts and get in front of them and say, hey, I'm over here. And when the next time you want to eat something, whatever, think about us. Or the next time you need to, you need a dry cleaner or this or that. That's why you're on social media, because businesses are saying, well, I don't see any return from it. But there's going to be a point where they're going to pass your business by. And even think about this. Google last year announced that I think their camera app was going to allow the phone to, if you pointed it at a business establishment, to tell you everything. It just pops up. So think about that. People are walking by with their phones. Like you said, things are popping up.
Yeah.
Reviews and information. So you want that positive.
So I think people misunderstand the use of social media. It's not necessarily to sell things to people. It may lead to a sale, but social media is for you to engage and connect with the people who get you. It is not necessarily trying to sell them something.
No.
And people don't understand. You talk to the people who get you. You tell them about what it is that you're doing today. And something that was interesting about your business or about you. And you're talking to them. That's what social media is about. It really has nothing to do with about, oh, hey, buy my latest widget.
No, you don't say buy my latest, whatever. In the case of this business, they're in food and service industries. They could have the chef could be doing something new every week in every location. And if they posted about that, hey, we got, we're doing this kind of fish and we're making this kind of sauce, or, whatever the thing is, come on in and try it. And then you have the appropriate picture where you have a food photography. This is like one of my pet peeves, where people take pictures of food and they don't use the right flash, or they use flash. There's food photographers that they know how to photograph food to make it mouth-watering. That's why when you see a commercial with food, it makes you hungry, because they know how to film it. And also in magazines, they know how to take photographs of it to make it appealing. So it has to be an appealing photograph of food. And people don't get that either. They just think I'm going to take a picture with my phone. And you can take a picture with your phone, but you got to know what you're doing.
TJ, we got Dean Hankey. He's asking, what live stream platform are we using?
We're on Facebook. What do you mean?
Well, I think he's probably wanting to know, because you have all the little cute tricks with the names and all of that.
I'm using third-party software, so you can use vMix, you can use Wirecast, you can use OBS, any of those things. So, but that's more the upper level technical, where there's a lot of technical stuff. So if you're talking about the graphics, I made these. I made the graphic, and there's a place where you put everything. So also, like, I was putting up Fred's comments while Fran is talking, I'm doing a capture and I'm putting them up. So I'm doing that.
Yeah. So, and then reach out to TJ. I'm sure she'll tell you how and what to do. So,
yeah.
Because there's so many ways of doing this.
There's so many ways. A lot of people on Facebook use BeLive because it's easy. BeLive is all, you sign up for the service, you go to BeLive.tv and you log into your account and you go in, and they have little things for you to, bring people in and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure BeLive is the only one that's left, right? It used to be more. Crowdcast is one, right?
Crowdcast was too much. It was just like overkill for me.
I can't
do that.
So I think a few people are using Crowdcast, Be Live. I can't remember the others, but there used to be more.
I use Ecamm when I do live to Facebook, and because YouTube goes live, I'm like, yes, I'll just
right. So I mean, you know, it depends on the level of. And Fred says like he does pro live streaming. It's a lot to it. It is a lot to it. So you have to, know. It's basically like the control, when you see the control room for the morning news shows or the news shows, and they show you with the people with the headphones and they got all the dials. And so those are the people that are bringing in video and audio and graphics. Those are the people that are doing it in the control room. So you pretty much have to do it yourself while you're talking, which is a lot. So
and that's why you need a team of people to do that. Yeah. I did broadcast production before, and I was like, okay, we had at least 5 people in the room to do things. Mm-hmm. And I like the ease of the Ecamm and the ease of
Ecamm Live is another one.
Yeah, just
to do Ecamm Live.
Yeah, I like it simple.
Yeah, and some people like it's you don't have to do anything. You just push the button and everything's live and you're on. So it depends on, what you want to do. But so getting back to this social media, I mean,
this fiasco this dude is doing. Come on, dude, really?
So it seems like there's always something where, it's bash social media. Something comes up. Bash this, bash that. And you, like Fred said, it's never from the millennial side or the Gen Z. They're on their phones going, yeah, whatever. Mm-hmm. They're paying people online with their phone. They're communicating with their friends on the phone. And these are apps, not even phone calls or texts. They don't even do text anymore. They're just Snapchat or Instagram. You need to send somebody money. There's apps to send people money. Everything is seamless and frictionless. So that's what people want. So you have to give them what they want, what they're used to, and everything that's happening. Because 10, 15 years ago, we didn't have Twitter. We didn't have, all of the things we have now, the layer of the internet we have now. So people are upset with it does have an addictive side of it. I'm not saying that it's not, because there are studies where people say, Facebook with the games, and they want you to stay in the app. When you get in Facebook in the app, they want you to stay on Facebook. When you get to they want you to stay in. So you're rewarded by staying in the app and posting and liking and all of those things that we're doing. But
okay, well, let's take this a step further, because I went to their website just because I want to see what's happening. So,
I saw the website too. I had a lot to opinion about it.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, well, you need to get off of this mobile app if you don't want to be on social media, because this mobile app, they have a Weatherspoon app that they want you to download now. Really? No, we don't get to do that. If you want to be off social, then you need to get off all social, not just, because the Weatherspoon app, download it now, right? No. And then you're talking about how you're trying to raise money. How are you going to get news out about your cause?
But see, the thing is, like I said at the beginning, they are looking at, well, people are complaining, customers are complaining about the service, and rightly so. So if I'm complaining about, not getting my food or it being cold or whatever, I'm not going to use your app. I'm not going to download your app. Here's another example of we want customers, we want people to download our app, but you're not doing anything to make me happy enough to do it. And certainly by having rude staff and cold food, and no, I'm not going to do that. So that's wishful thinking on their part if they want people to download their app. So, and like I said, this is over in the UK, even though, we're talking about it here. It's just a good example of, how some people are thinking, and the chairman is thinking this is a great idea, because he's like, what was the statement he made about everybody wasting their time?
Okay, so it's a waste of our time to read your newsletter too, dude.
I'm not.
Because seriously, he's talking about they got a Weatherspoon manifesto, and I'm like, really? Wake
no
up.
No one cares. See, this is where you're great in your own mind.
Oh.
Greatness in your own mind, and you're ignoring the will of your customers and the general public, which is, you know, people want to eat. So you want to entice them to come eat at your establishments, not drive them away, which is what he's doing.
So here's the thing. Somebody said something about, do you really want to go political with your, you know, make a political stand?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, you may not want to do that. So he has he's using his little platform here to make his political stand on the Brexit issue. And I'm just kind of going through here. That's Tim's viewpoint is what it says.
Okay.
They have hotels and foods and different things. How are you going? Who's coming to stay at any of these things? Because if you're going on, now you're going to have to rely only on previous experiences of the customer, right? Because you're not going to gain any new people without somebody talking about you online. I'm trying to understand, how is he going to garner new customers and clients when the old ones didn't like what you did?
So I'm looking at the Wikipedia for JD Weatherspoon, I guess the company, and they're saying the operating income is 128 million last year, but that's pounds, so it's a little bit more US dollars.
That's double US dollars.
Yeah. So, and the net income was 56 million last year in pounds.
That's really not a lot of money.
This is not like a little corporation. I mean, this is, you know, this is a big corporation that should know better.
Well, he's probably not listening to the younger crowd either.
No, because of the whole statements about people wasting their time on social media and it's addictive, and he's like, oh, and pretty much because people go into the establishments, the restaurants and such, they're on their phones. So you know, if he decided to go and visit a couple locations and saw people on their phones or social media, he probably made a rant and a rave about that. But that's what people want to do. You can't put your personal issue on, well, okay, I don't like social media. People they're using it too much, so we're going to take all of our social media down for our corporation.
Well, and I'm looking at this. You want people to come stay here. So what? Maybe all the people are older that are coming to stay. I don't understand why you would do that to not get more people. We are delighted to welcome all to our fantastic new hotel. How is he going to tell anybody about this new hotel?
Well, see, and also, okay, his clientele or the people that come to the hotels are older, but that crowd is dwindling. So you'll see the more successful hotels are those that are redesigned and they appeal to the millennium.
So I guess I would not get Wi-Fi at his hotel?
You should, but who knows now?
Because I need Wi-Fi. There was only one reason I need to get to the internet, and not just because of social media, but see, he doesn't understand the world of social media. You get your news through Twitter. You talk to friends and family through Facebook. You watch what's happening on YouTube for entertainment. So at what point of social media, you can't lump it all in one bag and say it's no good.
Exactly. So, I mean, so Fred said they seem to believe in word of mouth, and those who need to know about it will hear about it. Well, yes, but we talked about that earlier in another show, that word of mouth is all now online. So that kind of, like you said, the people that know them, which is the older crowd, is going to use the establishments, the hotels, the pubs, or whatever. But we've talked about this before, that whatever the younger generation is doing, that's pretty much the hub and the buzz of everything online. So they're not attracting that crowd at all, and they never will. They never will now, unless they get a new CEO. who comes in and goes, okay, we changing all of this. Like everything gets redone, redesigned, management, the restaurant management system, the running of the restaurants, the hotels, everything is going to, everything's going to change. But they're not doing that.
Because they use Apple Pay and they use, the Android Pay and all of these other things, and they got free Wi-Fi for what? Now, so what? You gonna kick me off if I use my social media in your spot? I don't know where this goes because it's kind of weird.
I don't know. The only fix for this company is to get younger blood, to get a new chairman. And that's the only hope I see, because this person is saying we're not going to deal with social media at all because it's evil and bad, and it's making people turn it. They're not paying attention to anything, and I don't know. But my question was this a good idea? Was this? No, I mean for other businesses, no, because this is the layer we're at. We're at with, you got to be on social media somehow. You don't have to be on all of them, but
no,
you have to have a presence.
But because here's the thing. Okay, it's like I'm trying to see if I can create an analogy. You got everybody standing at a pool, and then there's other people standing over here. They're at the stadium and they're all looking at the game or whatever. And they got all these people over here, but you're over here not engaged in the stuff happening at the stadium because you're not in that crowd.
Right.
You're not seeing over there. You're not.
It might as well be another world that you're in.
And if the people that you're looking to serve or to that you want them to participate in what you have are all over there, then you might need to go over there to engage and talk to them, because they're not coming back to the swamp.
No, they're not doing that. And so I bring this up because I want businesses to realize that, if you're not using social media, please use it. But you need to have the right strategy. There's several steps in there. And like I said earlier about the zombie posting, people that go, okay, I'm on social media, I'm going to post some quotes. Like everybody else posts quotes, and they post the same quote. That zombie posting is not going to get anything. You're not going to get any. You're not catch any fish with that. You got to know your business, tell your story, but tell it online to the people that want to hear from you.
Yep.
And how do you do that? You're going to have to go out and, like Fran said, you communicate with people. You talk to them online. It's not hard. It's not hard to ask questions. But it is necessary to find conversations.
Social media is very necessary. It's not hard, but it is necessary, and it's going to take you sitting down. You have to put a plan in place for you to do it. TJ has a plan. And you can do a simple plan. It doesn't have to be elaborate, but you have to do it. This is a new way of doing business. It's going to cost you less money, but it is going to cost you some time, because the old way of doing it, you just hand all of your stuff over to an ad agency, paid a gang of money for them to try and get it in front of somebody, and your results were not that guaranteed.
And you know your customers, and you know your audience, and you know what they want to hear and what they like. So you give it to them. And you don't have to, it's not about spending all day online. And we said this earlier, that, take 15 minutes before you start your day and go on and see what your customers are talking about, or your audience. What are they talking about on the major platforms? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You don't have to mess with the other ones if you don't have the time. And just engage, just pick a few posts, see what their questions they're asking, engage in a little conversation.
Talk to people.
You're done.
Talk
do
to
it
the
at the
people.
end of the day, and do it at the end of the day. And if you have time during the middle of the day, do it again. 15, 20 minutes max, not hours and hours.
And you're talking to people. And you're not going to get sucked up in playing the game. You have to, because see, here's the thing. You need to have that much discipline. You can be the kid that gets sucked up in a game anywhere. It does not necessarily mean social media. You have to have discipline. Okay, I'm going in 15 minutes. Oh, that's a nice conversation. Hey, I haven't seen so-and-so. How are you doing? And you're having conversation.
Yep. You're seeing posts about different social things or events. You got to focus. If it's the business day, say I'm going in for 15, 20 minutes. I'm not going to look at any personal stuff. I'm doing customer audience stuff only, and stick to it. I know it's hard. You can set, there's tools where you can set a timer, or, you know, you can have things that will stop you and say, okay, it's been 20 minutes now. You get off of that and move on to something else. So like I said, this is work. It's discipline. But once you fine tune it and you know where your people are, who they are, what they like, the demographics, the psychographics, the things that they like to do, when you find out where they are, all you got to do is make a beeline to it, spend a few minutes there, have a conversation. When you see an opportunity, like at a networking event, when you see an opportunity to get into the conversation, you get into the conversation. You don't jump in and say, well, hi, I'm Fred and I sell this. No, you find a way naturally to get in the conversation. It works the same way online as it does offline.
And I will tell you this: I'm learning some things about Instagram, new things about how to be very how to do it better. And so keep a lookout on our Instagram page. It's going to get a little better, and you should see a marked difference for the BizChicks page. And I'm just going to start working it. But I'm like, this is nice. And it'll spill over to Facebook and Twitter as well. But at least I'm learning it, and I have to do it every day. I have to get in here. Okay, I have my Instagram lesson for today that I got to work on.
There you go. So that's the, I mean, basically that's, you know, behind today's show is that, you know, I saw this article from Mark, and it's talking about, oh, this company, this corporation that just got out of social media because it's bad for business. And I'm like, no, it's not. Don't listen to that person. If that's the road they want to go to, have fun. But we're on this road.
Don't
we are
do it.
It's going to work.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, people. Don't do it, people. So I hope everyone got something from the conversation today. Thank you, Fred.
I did. I got a lot out of it. I just cannot believe they did that. But
Fred was here, Jason was here, and everybody that was here live. Also, the replay viewers, glad that you hung through this, you know, to the end.
And like we are not like JD Witherspoons. We want your feedback. Yeah. Tell us what you like to hear, what you didn't like, or what have you. We can handle it.
Yes, we can handle it. So, like I said, your opinion, your thought, your question, your comment, whatever it is, put it in the chat here, and we're gonna, you know, answer it, deal with it, respond to it, whatever. So that's what the show is about, and this is what we do: conversations.
And we're gonna, and I'm looking for a way that we can bring people into the conversation like we used to, Terry.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try and figure out how to make that happen. I think we can do it over on with the Google Hangouts or the Google YouTube live sessions or something. So if you want to be a part of the live session, just let us know, and we can send you a link for you to do that. I think you can just, I have to figure out how to do that. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really enjoyed today's conversation. Don't forget to go to the front of your own line and make sure you're online when you do it.
Exactly. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.